Hi, so this is DB7, Aston Martin DB7, the glove box that should open itself when you press the button at the top, but doesn't. I've had mine for 13 years now. It's nearly a 29-year-old car, and it's never opened itself. It's never sprung open. Obviously, we don't want it springing too quickly, but the whole point of it is that you don't have to put your nails at the top to pull it. Now, if we actually show you this, you can see, where am I at the top? It's got some paint damage to the paint up here. I'm not sure if you can see. But this is through trying to open it. The guy before me certainly didn't help with that. Now, how does it work? Well, if we have a look in here, we will see just here there's a spring, and it's what's called a hairspring. You may not be able to see it very well, but it clips over there, and it just winds round that shaft that goes through. This bit here that you can see here is the tail of the spring, if you like, and this is where it clips over to actually force it to do that. Now, to tension it, what we need to do is put another turn around the shaft. Now, you'll see at the end we've got a little circlip there holding this shaft in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the circlip off. I'm going to pass that shaft back through, take the whole lot off, take it apart, put an extra turn in, and then put the shaft back in. Now, it isn't that easy actually, because obviously when you take that hairspring off and you put more tension on it, it just wants to ping across the garage. So you do need to be aware of that, but it's not a difficult job. And the whole lot, this hinge is kept in by one screw there, and then it's held onto the car, 2 screws each side, there and there, and then it has 2 arms which support it, and there's a screw which goes there and there, and that's what sorts that out. So I'm just going to do that in a second. Let's take this one out now. Again, so it naturally wants to be at 90 degrees or thereabouts. I don't know if you can see that. I think you probably can. So what I want it to do is want to naturally be, almost 180. But if I can get it somewhere near. Now, interestingly, that is very, very easy to get back there, but it doesn't want to stay there. So let's do the same again. Let's take this off. So I'm just going to flick this open. Just get a small screwdriver, flick one side of it up, trying not to lose the circlip. Put that onto one side, push that out, push that in there, take that out, and again, that's its resting point. So if you can see that, there you go, against a white background, it's about 90 degrees. I want it to be significantly more than that. Now, in order to do that, actually, what have I got here? Have I got a bolt of the right size? Thought I had. There's a bolt that'll do it. I'll put it on a bolt. There you go. And then I can hold it, and I can just bend it back. Get a little bit more into it. So you can see that's now gone to what, 120 degrees? So I'm hoping that will give us the extra. If I try and take it a little bit more, I'm sure it'll go a little bit more. There we go. So let's try that again. So again, it's that way round. It goes on the inside, not the outside. So you can tell it's the first time I've done this, can't you? Yeah, I just whipped this off today because I was actually looking for a bolt that I thought I'd put in the glove box, and I hadn't. But then I saw this and just thought, oh, do you know what? I've been meaning to do this for so many years. Right, there we go. So, except I haven't got that right because I've got got that on the wrong side of that. There we go. So naturally, that now wants to be there. So when that's up, yeah, I think that'll do it. So I think what we shall do is go across to the car, put it on in the car, and see if it works. Don't know if you can see that. Just get that circlip on. This isn't the best video I've ever made, I have to say, but hopefully it gives you an idea. There we are. Okay, let's pause this and take this across there. So we're back in the car now. So you can see the limiting arms, which prevent it opening too much. So the 4 holes here and here, and these just go on there. Now, not quite got those angles right, so what we're going to do is slacken these 2 bolts off so that we can get some play, and then we shall put one screw in each side. And with everything, if you've got more than 1 screw, never put everything in and do it right up, because if you do that, you've no margin for error. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Your wheel nuts, you know, anything that's got a series of bolts or screws or anything like that, always put them in loosely. Yes, you're going to put one in first, just to help you get all fingers and thumbs, just to let you, you know, hold it while you align everything else. But if you tighten up, you may be able to move what you need a little bit, but what you'll do is you'll put tension on that, whatever it is, on the being of that bracket or wheel, or it doesn't matter what it is, and that isn't good. You need to be able to get some movement. So by all means, put them in, but don't anywhere near clamp down. You need to be able to get some play. And actually, the more fastenings you have, the looser they need to be, because you get a cumulative effect of tension or compression or whichever, you know, whatever that clamps in. So you really don't want much play at all, tension at all. Right, now I'm happy enough with that. I've just got to decide where it needs to be up and down, and let's have a look at that. Right, okay, so that's too low down now, so I'm going to lift that right up, and I'm going to just nip up, screw on that side and a screw on this side, just to see if we're in the right place. And I can tap one side down if I need to. I think that looks pretty good. And now it opens. So that quick fix has absolutely done it. So there you go. It could have gone 2 ways. So I'm now tightening these. I'm now tightening all the fastenings up, just to make sure that we don't get any rattles, it doesn't move, and all the rest of it. And actually, don't forget, any fastener needs to be correctly tightened, not over tightened, correctly tightened. If it's not tight enough, it can work its way loose. If it's too tight, strip the thread, and whatever it is can come off. So tightening is a bit of a skill, I have to say, but once you've got it, don't worry. One of the biggest mistakes that apprentice mechanics make is they over tighten things. They haven't quite got that feel, or that, in my experience anyway, and they'll shear threads off just because they go too far, which of course is no good at all. But you do have to be tight, but it's always got to be the right amount of tightness. So just put the limit back in, support it as I'm pressing down onto it. Here we are, and one more to go, and then hopefully all will be well. Let's have a look. Closes easily, lines up, happy enough with that. An approximately equal gap all the way along. Press that, let go, it opens. Job done. Well, I hope that was of some use. He said bending down to do that. It's one of those jobs that's just an annoyance. It's not terrible. It's not like, you know, I've desperately got to replace my brake pads, or I've got to do this, I've got to do that. But it's one of those things that's just enjoyment for the car. Everything working as it should. And old cars, they need constant maintenance. Stuff gets worn. You know, in engineering we have, you know, we measure things in cycles. How often can something be used? How many cycles of it doing what it's supposed to do? And those springs have had their cycles and they've just softened a bit. So it may be I need to look to replace those in another couple of years. But for now, I can get it doing what I want it to do without having to go to the expense of trying to find other bits and pieces. So I hope this video has been of some use. It's a slightly strange one because it was a bit fiddly.